That icy feeling in my gut is warning me to be careful around Stan. Even though he is handsome and charming, I'm not a thing that they can use in their pursuits. I'm the Saito in charge of this mission, and everyone, including Soul, will respect that.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Ryan's here. We're playing Angel shit.
I'm sorry, My anger slowly fades out as I slow my pace. Even if I had some idea where I was going on this ship, I think Soul got the point. You what?
You can take care of yourself, I know. I just don't want to risk losing another friend to a corrupt beast.
Learning some of that teamwork stuff the Vice Commander was talking about?
Perhaps.
Then trust me, it wasn't like I was going to go inside alone for a special examination in the nude.
He made that offer to Zuri.
And why is he not being brought up on charges for misconduct?
Because she's too dense to realize that his medical reasoning was flawed and perverse. But I know you're not. I'm sorry. I should have trusted you to not fall for his traps. To make up for it, why don't I take you to dinner?
You mean the synthetic stuff out of the machines?
Once again, you prove that you can see through a ruse. Will that suffice for tonight? I promise a better meal down the space lane.
I'm going to hold you to that, Soul. Soul leads me to the ship's lounge and cafeteria. I'm not expecting much from it. Synth food is synth food, but anything to soothe my gurgling belly is welcomed.
Welcome to the ship's lounge. It's all rank since... Watch out!
In front of me, all I can see is a black boot whiz past the front of my face. It passes so close and so fast that I can feel the wind rushing across my hair. With a mighty tug, Soul grabs the back of my uniform and yanks me back. He pulls so hard that I stumble and almost slam against the wall of the hallway. A mere millisecond later, a large green tail slices through the air where my head used to be. Before I can react and determine what just about took my head from my shoulders, Soul storms forward.
Damn it, Zuri! How many times have Commander Rizuna and I ordered you not to practice your fighting garbage in the lounge?
Wow, Soul, you've got pretty good reflexes.
I've had to develop them because of you. Answer the question.
I don't know, a couple?
27 times.
Don't you have anything better to do than remember random numbers like that?
I wouldn't if you would stop trying to kill people.
Oh hey, who's she?
The superior officer you about murdered for committing the horrible crime of just entering the room.
Huh? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm Zuri. Who are you? Now that she's settling down, I can get a better look at the woman with such amazing speed. She's a... Oh, what are they called again?
Oh, wow, Natalie. Do you have any remembrance of the Academy? What is the proper procedure for introducing yourself to someone who outranks you?
Come on, she's not in my chain of command. We don't have to be so uptight, right? Long ears and green hair would tell me that she's an elf, but elves don't have wings. Possibly she could be an Afric like Stan, but Africs don't have shiny, scaly tails.
Wrong. I don't care if we're crew dogs or not. We maintain the chain of command and respect during all phases of operations.
But I'm off duty right now.
What does that have to do with anything, Lieutenant?
I think I remember reading about them in a news bit. If I recall the story correctly, they come from some random sandy planet in the far northern reaches of the Ryulian Republic. We're just normal people off duty. We're all the same.
Regulations don't just go away because you're on a...
This seems to be a little bit of a rude question, if you don't say so. I'm sorry, that came out wrong. I've never met anyone of your species before, and I can't remember what you're called.
Oh, they're called Draymons. They originate from the planet Onathon.
Onathon? It's Northern Ryul, right?
Ralton. Our dear lieutenant and her ilk are loyalists to the Empire.
She's right. My home is located just north of the capital world. I even once got to visit the city of Emerald Winds there. An exasperated sigh from Soul tells me that I didn't conceal my interest very well. Still, you don't meet too many people who've heard the melodies of the Emerald Winds. How did you gain entry? Only the lute players themselves ever are permitted entry into their halls. My clan nominated me as a lute player one year. Every year the clan sends someone there to resonate with the Emerald Crystal and perform the Ballad of the Distant Dreams. You've performed the Ballad of Distant Dreams?
Great. We're not getting rid of her now, are we?
Soul must never have heard the heart-touching Ballad of the Distant Dreams. Even though I've never heard it in person, the soft melody plays in the happiest places of my memories. It's a soft song of hope and loss, of what once was and what shall be. No matter what Soul thinks of the player, if he could hear the song, he could be swayed by it too. That's it! Wow! You really do know it! Of course I do, it's so beautiful. I love it, but I kinda suck as a lute player and I can't beat my wings to the right rhythm for the ballad. BRB, gonna go beat my wings. Inside the small room is an ovoid table with a few gray and black chairs surrounding it.
Ovoid? Ovoid?
Actual chairs with proper covering, mind you, not the ripped fighter ejector seats I had to scrounge up. To the side, I can see the synthesizer for making the usual mush, as well as a few other devices. An oven, a refrigeration machine, and some limited space for food preparation. I'm glad someone added those machines, because the forest is so diverse and every species has their own tastes and nutritional requirements. The synthesizer needs to be able to adapt to every one. Which means it produces some rather bland and unoriginal food, if you can call it that. Still, when I haven't had anything to eat all day, I'll take whatever I can get. Zuri motions to a seat next to her with a mirthful pat on the back. I take it, eager to discover the inner workings of someone who has been such a marvelous place.
Spaghetti with Alfredo sauce? Were you expecting me to visit?
Expecting? No, I was just hoping your favorite would convince you to stay.
Well, it seems at least one thing is going right.
Alphonse has a jovial smile on his face, and Kylie seems to be losing the edge she had when Sol showed up. No. I know Sol is wrong about this. If the rest of the crew are as interesting as these people, I think this may be an acceptable post. The standard issue blue plate sits in front of me for nary a second before I pounce. Though there may be no wild creatures that may try to steal it from me anymore, habits don't die easily. Natalie, can I ask you a personal question?
It's mid... Forget it. I'm tired of arguing with you all.
Ooh, thanks. If she's thanking Sol for finally giving up or me, I dare not ask. Why did you join the Force?
The age-old question of all deep space adventurers.
This dude's hands are huge. He's got yaoi hands, dog.
Well, I was hoping for something like if I had a romantic relationship with Sol or something. That one is embarrassing.
Why don't you tell her yours, Zuri? It might make her a little more at ease.
Oh, quote pro.
Quid pro quo.
I joined right out of mandatory schooling. When counseling time came to discuss job options, he didn't get a single word out before I told him I wanted to join the Force. Why's that? Because if I don't defend my home, who will? My homeland has given me so much to be thankful for. This is the least I could do to repay them. I had so many offers to join professional ratchet ball, but I turned them all down. I even had an offer to join Onathon's Olympic track team.
I still don't believe that one.
I may not look like it, but I'm one of the fastest runners you'll ever see.
Good. I always like my security officers being able to run away really fast.
Or to those who need my protection. Alphonse could not have been more wrong. Zuri's reason is so honorable and prideful that it makes mine look so... ugly. I joined because I wanted to work on first! They were always so fast and so cool, I saw the zip of their...
Why don't you tell us why you joined, Sol?
Why do you care? Natalie already knows why. We've had this conversation before.
I'd like to know. You never tell us anything about yourself.
Because you don't need to know.
I know more about yourself. If you don't tell them, I will.
Fine, force my hand. I joined because of a program that allows veterans to get special treatment in trade deals. I plan on becoming a transporter.
That was nothing like the romantic story he told me.
Also, I still feel like this music is so loud. Is this not loud as shit? Am I the only one who thinks this is loud? We're gonna find out in the video, aren't we? We're gonna find out.
I don't see you being one of those old fat pilots hauling cargo. It's a funny picture. Well, there you have it, Nat. What's your reason? Time to admit the truth. If I don't, I could start sowing the seeds of distrust in their minds. I was bored.
Bored?
This is so embarrassing, but I really was just bored one day and said I could just go to the university and become a chemist, but that's boring. I decided to sign up on a whim.
But you stuck around to be the best and prove your might and strength to the universe.
It's not why you do something, but that you did it. Exactly!
What you do here and now is what matters, not how you got here.
Sol flashes a small smile. He knows the truth. I came here because my family is incredibly poor. I couldn't afford the university, so I had to find other ways to become the best. There's nothing I hate more than those sad smiles I get when people discover my poor heritage. I don't know what it's like to fight from the ground up with nothing more than your heart. That's why I must continue to be the best. I'll conquer peace for Kata. What is this? Fucking chicken fajita. I'll conquer peace for Katajaya, be the hero, and prove myself to the universe. I eat my food quickly and ask Soul to take me back to my room. When I get tired, I get philosophical. My first day is not the place to let myself become that way.
This is your room. If you need anything, you have my frack. Don't be afraid to call me for anything. You frack!
Thanks for showing me around, Soul.
It's nice having a friend on this ship again. Good night.
Good night, Soul. So this is where I'm going to be spending the next few months. I doubt I'll be visiting this room much when there's so much work to be done. It is just a tad cramped, but I think I can make a good life here. The crew seems friendly. I doubt my mission is mundane, and I don't have to worry about waking up to giant rats gnawing on my computers.
I guess that's happened in the prequel, I don't know.
I glance over at my roommate's bed, but she seems to be fast asleep. The commander said she was Captain Moonfollow. I'll have to introduce myself to her in the morning. It is hard to maneuver around in the darkness, so I relent on unpacking and head to bed. Tomorrow, I get to start my job as the hero. This is going to be perfect. What's that? Is another bird stuck in the ventilation again?
When the imposter is